So we're getting ready for men's breakfast here in a few minutes, and we have lots of young couples at Short Creek Church. We're a pretty young church, and most of our couples have never seen a functioning biblical marriage. So multiple times a week, Marilyn and I are just helping people sort through this thing called courtship, getting ready for marriage, or you know struggling to understand biblical marriage and getting their family in a line. Now we're a complementarian church. We believe that women are equally as important, and they do hold position on boards. They hold elders positions at our church, deacons and everything. But we do believe that God ordained an order, a structure, where the man is to be not only the leader of the church but also the leader of the home. But women just inside of them from the very beginning, their curse is to dominate and control the man. Since they're the weaker vessel, they do that by manipulation, control, all kind of stuff. But we're not talking about the women's problem. We're talking about the men and their problem. Let me tell you why women refuse to follow men. Inconsistency. I'll never forget. I was watching this HBO documentary the other day, and one of the guys I was in prison with was in this documentary. And I remember he owned a young man. I mean, literally owned him. In prison, we'd call him the B word. Out here, to be politically correct, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, really. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about your feelings. You need to get your head out of your butt and stop being so sensitive. But I'm talking to men, not women. So if I hurt your feelings, woman, I'm so sorry. I know you're fillers and nurturers, and you have these emotions, and men have emotions too. Um, but he owned this young boy. I mean, literally owned him. He was his property. Dude was 18, looked 15. I mean, it was just sad. All of a sudden, I, stood up for myself. The guy was going to stab me. The black guy stood up for me, which is just unheard of, and just the providence of God. Bible study exploded. This guy had asked permission for me to dump feces and urine on the guy's bunk. I didn't understand. All of a sudden, I'm like, dude, I got some power. I got like 50 guys in a Bible study of 100 guys. I'm tired of this guy slapping around on this kid and doing God knows what. Well, I know what because I was in federal prison. And so he slapped him one day. I said, I'm going to stop this. So I walked toward him, and the Lord said, that's you. And I'm like, He said, you're just Satan's punk. But I didn't hear punk. I heard the B word, but I know that offends some of you religious folks because you get your nose so far up in tradition and religious air, you're about to drown. Get your nose out of the air. But anyway, you're not that good. Um, and the Lord just was like, man. And as I began to unpack it, I realized the reason my entire life was a mess was, yeah, I was Satan's punk, but I was also inconsistent. See, your wife, your girlfriend, your future wife, and if you're dating, you should be dating for marriage, needs to be secure. They're secure in your consistency. Not, and I'm not talking about just consistency in church attendance. I'm not talking about consistency in your tithing. I'm talking about your consistency in everything that you do. And we'll see people, they'll come in and they're all excited. They're going to do this, that, and the other. They do this, that, and the other for a couple of weeks and then quit. Don't you know, your wife may not even realize it. Your girlfriend may not even realize it. That inconsistency makes her feel very insecure. So I used to do these sales meetings, and I'd go in and I'd tell everybody scream pop. And I shouldn't be worried about waking up these young men in the house right now. I should just scream pop, shouldn't I? I'm not going to do that, though, because they might scare them, and I don't want them to have a trauma response. But anyway, that's another thing. But anyway, so I don't want to wake Marilyn up. How about that? Or scare Freshie, because when Freshie gets excited, he gets gas. And man, he's not so fresh. And I tell him, everybody say pop, and I'd make them scream it real loud. I say, get your head out of your butt. Be consistent. You want a good marriage, you want a good life, you want kids to respect you, be consistent. Be consistent Your church attendance, be consistent in their discipline. Methodically think before you volunteer for something. And if you volunteer for it, be consistent. I don't feel good. I don't care how you feel. Get your head out of your butt. Man, I've been to work with 101 fever. I don't care. Bills got to be paid. Be consistent. Your wife will feel secure and she'll follow you. But your inconsistencies, the number one reason, there's number two reason too. Stop trying to fix her. Pray for her. Fix you. I never give Marilyn advice unless she asked. I never have shared a prophetic word over Marilyn. Has the Lord talked to me about Marilyn? Yeah. Yeah. But just because the Lord give you a word don't mean it's time to share it. You need to know when to keep your pie hole shut. Be consistent. God bless you.